Alright guys, this is October, November 2017 web authoring. Alright, without further ado, I'm going to start immediately. Alright, later you check out the data manipulation in my next video, but I just want to just clear out this one immediately. Alright, so let's move on. A new website is being developed. At the design stage, you create a test plan. Alright, in your own words, identify two factors that need to be considered when designing an effective test plan. So evidence one, in your own words, type two answers into your evidence document. Now, first of all, before I type any answer, I just want to clear out some things about web design. When you're creating a web page or creating a website, there are basic things that you need to put into consideration when testing or when you plan to test your website. One of them is why are you creating a website. That's one of the questions you have to ask yourself. What's the purpose of the website? And then the target audience. Okay, so those are the factors you have to put in place when you are testing and when you're creating a test plan for your website. So I'm going to go to my evidence document and then probably write a couple of things that I feel, a couple of factors that I think you have to consider when creating a test plan. So I'm going to go to my evidence evidence document. So I'm going to write, so I'll write a couple of them, not just two of them. So number one, the purpose. So I'm just going to make them short, please. I'm going to consider the purpose. Okay, the purpose of the websites, and then number two, the target audience. Okay, and number three, the type of data to be entered. Depends on the type of data you want to, the type of data to be entered. The one I'm missing. What else can okay, identify the expected outcome. I will explain this a little more because when you're identifying the expected outcome, when you have videos and images on your website and even links, so you have to make sure that when you click this link, it's going to take you to an expected web page, something like that. So you have to also consider some of those kind of things when you are planning your test plan also. So also identify each element, just for the sake of it. Identify each element. Let me just put this. I don't know if that is. Identify each element that needs to be tested. So as I was saying, just your images, your links, how they load, and all that. So all those elements, all those things are the things, your anchors too. All those things are things that you need to also identify. All right, those are the factors you need to identify when creating a test plan. All right, sorry. I have to identify each element that needs to be tested. Thank you. I think that's about that. So these are a couple of them. So any of the two can just answer the question. All right, so number 21, identify two methods of testing a web page. The two standard methods are of testing a web page. Number one is, we'll call it functional testing, and the other one is user testing. These are the two methods of testing a web page. All right, so if that functional method is telling you about the links, are the links functioning very well, are the images loading properly, your anchors, are they well, do they lead you to the topic or subtopic or subheading that you need, all those kind of stuff. So we refer to all those type of testing. We call them functional testing. So user testing is when a user start looking at, you outline some bunch of let's say functionalities you want the users to look at, maybe the color scheme and some of that, how is the websites, how is it responding, all this kind of stuff. So we call them user testing. So I'm going to go to my this document. I'm going to just put, okay, so let me just leave it at number 1 and number 2. So I'm just going to put functional testing. Please leave your comment below if you think otherwise and explain yourself very well. I would love you to, my wife is calling me actually, and I have to stop this video just to answer her. So I have user testing. Sorry guys, you just have to excuse me. Let me just answer my wife. Alright guys, I'm back. So she was just calling to know how I'm doing. Well, my day is still okay. She was asking me how my day was. You're asking me how my day was. The time is about 3 p.m. in Nigerian time. Well, I'm still working. My day has not ended. Anyway, I answered very well. Okay, I was nice. That's my wife. All right. So I answered very nice. Let's continue. All right. The next question. So you work for, okay, so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be selecting or maybe highlighting what I've I think I'm going to be highlighting, so I will know what I've done and what I've not done. It's very, very helpful for me. So you work for Hothouse Design, and you will assist trainee web programmers in developing a web page to advertise the island of Cozumel. Yeah, I hope I got it right. The web page and style sheet must work in any browser and use the most efficient methods. Very, very important, that efficient method. Very, very important. All color codes are in hexadecimal. So we're talking about hexadecimal 2 to each of, that is RGB 2 codes for each of them. So so we're going to get this cracking. So create a new folder called, so I'm going to copy this immediately. I'm going to copy this, so I'm going to create a new folder on my desktop. I normally use my desktop for this. So I create a new folder. I'm going to call it this. Alright, so that's smart as hell. Alright, locate the following files and store them in your HTML underscore 173 folder. Alright, so I'm going to locate all this. So I've got them already. Where did I keep them? I think one of these. Let me see. Alright, so all these. So I'm going to be needing all these. Okay, so let me just select all. Select from here down to this place, and then probably I don't need you. Don't need you, don't need you here. So I need all the rest. So I'm gonna copy them. I have to copy all this and then have all of them in my required folder. So yep. So I hope you have all this right. So just do as I do. Alright, so I'll go back to my question. So I've located all these, so I've placed them in the folder. Alright, so take a screenshot showing the content of your HTML underscores 173 folder and place this in your evidence document. Make sure that the folder name, image dimensions, all file names, extensions and sizes are clearly visible. So yeah, so I'll go back to my folder. I think detail format, view format is the best. So my extensions are showing, of course, jpg.htm. They are all showing. In a case where your own is not showing, just go to view and then make sure that you check this file name extension. Make sure you check it. Once you check it, your file extensions will show. All right. So another thing is the date. Do I need the date? No. The file size, of course I need the file size. The file type, I need the file type. JPEG, all of them JPEG, JPG, even though the extensions are all showing. So I might not need the types though, but I might have to leave them. The date, I might have to leave it. But the most important part of it is the image dimensions. So all file name, they're all showing. Folder, the folder name showing, the extensions showing. So sizes are clearly visible. So let me see if my sizes are my file size are there. Yeah, my file size are there. So the only thing that we need now is the file dimension. So of course this is the folder name up here. So that is HTML. So it's all showing. So the only thing that we need to bring out now is the dimension. So I'm going to right click here, and then in a case where you don't see it, you can just click on more too, but I have that dimensions here, so I don't need to go anywhere again. So I'll have to show my dimensions, and that's it. What else? So they say I should take a screenshot, so I'm going to take a screenshot of everything here. Yeah, my system is slowing down a little bit, so I'm going to take a screenshot, making sure that the folder name is showing. All right, so here's a screenshot. I copy that. So go to my evidence file, place your screenshot here. So I'm not going to just delete this, I'm going to leave it and then place my screenshot, place it right there. All right, so I think this is what is needed. So the folder name is showing, is also showing up here, so everything is intact. So the dimension, everything is all showing. So I think this is pretty cool for this question. All right, so I might have to just highlight this just to give me an idea where I've stopped. So number 23, open the web page 173 cosmel.htm in your editor and in a web browser. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back to my file, so I'm going to open this, right? Okay, so let me just open it in a browser first. This might take a while. It takes a while to open. I don't know why my system is a little slow, but it's all good, so we're good. So while it's loading, I might have to open it in web, expression web. So this is it in a web browser, so I minimize that. So I also open that in expression web. My computer is slowing down. I left this computer hibernated for almost like a week. Oh well. So I opened that with expression web. Yeah, Microsoft expression web 4. What else? So let me, while it's opening, let me go back to the question and know what is so carefully examine the web page and the images 173a.jpg to 173h.jpg. Select the most appropriate image from 173 from A to H and place this in the table. Select the most appropriate. Okay. All right. Add appropriate alternate text to this image. So what I'm gonna do now is first of all, let me check out some. Has it opened? Expression web, has it opened? Let me see what else. It's still opening. Oh my god. You know what I'm gonna do now? I'm gonna pause this video so that when it opens I'll come back. Okay, I don't know why it's taking much time. I would have done this a little while ago, but just a minute, guys. Okay, finally, guys, it has loaded. All right, took a while. I don't know why. Maybe I don't know. So it has loaded now. So let's move on. All right, let's go back to the question. So carefully examine the web. Okay, the web page. Okay, so I examined that. So what I'm going to do now, I don't know, let me just examine. So select the most appropriate image. So I have a couple of images here. Let me just make them. I have a couple of images here. All right, so and I'm told to select the most appropriate image. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to set this. So the most if I look at this, if you look at it this way, find out that that is B and C and D and F, G and H, they all look alike. All right. So, but I took my time to look at all these images. I just found out some things about them, and I figured that G is the best image. First of all, the first night I did was I went to this this cell where you have to put the image and then examine the table, the cell property. Now when you look at the cell property, you find out that the width is 250 and the height is 443. Now the closest of them all is this G, right? So if you show the dimension, you find out that G has a dimension of 240 by 433. all right. Of course, is the same as C, but when you compare C, right, am I sure? Yeah, C and G, they are the same size, but they're the same, the dimensions are the same, but their sizes are different. So looking at efficiency, G is going to load faster on a web page than C, so my choice would be G. All right, so that's just the reason why I chose G. H is too small. And that is the dimension is just too small. A too large, B too large, BG too large. So I mean, just G is the best, just the best image. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna insert that. So I'm gonna just go here, sorry, insert. I'm gonna go to insert picture. Yep. All right, so I'm gonna insert picture right there. I don't know why this thing is taking a little while, but it's all good. Go back. Where's my, okay, yeah, that's it here. So I'm gonna find G. I'm gonna find G and then select G. All right, alternative image. Oh god, I didn't look at the image. Let me just check the image out to see the type of alternative I might have to give it. Let me see. Let me just give it cruise ship or something, boat cruise or something, just a boat or something appropriate. So I'm gonna give it something like cruise ship. That's the appropriate image. The alternative test, I might have to give it cruise ship. That's okay. So I'm gonna have to place it there. Oh, I didn't get up this guy here, so I might have to undo this, get this guy. Okay, maybe I have to select it and then insert again. So sorry guys, so again, I just don't want to get it off. Just yeah, so I'm gonna have to give it cruise ship. That's good enough for it. Yeah, so we have something like this, which is cool. All right, next question is add appropriate alternative test. Okay, done. So I think I've evaluated this, I've checked out, taking note of all these things, I've written things. So evaluate in your own words your choice of image in step 23. So the couple of things I just reasoned, I just saw when I was just evaluating all the images the time I paused the video. All right, because I just don't want to do it here because it's going to take a while, so I just don't want this video to be too long. So evidence 4, in your own words, type your evaluation into your evidence document using no more than 100 words. So what I'm going to do in evidence 4, I'll go back to evidence 4 and then type all the things I found out about the images. All right, so first of all, I will start by saying that placeholder, that is the table, that is a cell. So I'm going to say placeholder, slash cell, that's table cell. Let me just put it cell You have to know the one I'm talking about. Place I put the image. The cell dimension is sorry, I'm so sorry, is 250 by that's one of the things I I recognize. Please by 443 suppose, yeah. So placeholder dimension up, okay, 250 pixels. So I'm gonna have to pick, okay, in pixels. Let me just put in pixels here, in pixels, so I don't have to make that in pixels. All right. So placeholder, is in portrait orientation. So with the placeholder is also in portrait orientation. So I'm just doing this thing in bullet point just to bring out the points. Placeholder is, sorry, in portrait. Pardon my typing skills. Orientation. One of the things also I did is I left out. I did not use images A to E because they are too large. I'm not going to go over this and typing, okay? So if I make a mistake, please correct me, all right? And either if you recognize or if you have any suggestion, please leave your comment below, all right? Thank you, I appreciate. So okay, so images D and H are too small for the placeholder too. So D and H images, D and H are too small for the placeholder. The placeholder, we have just put a picture. All right. So these are some of the things I took note of. By looking at the picture, the images, and all that. All right. So I know that you must have you could have some other things that you recognize about the images. Please, you can add your own. So I don't want to go on writing more. All right. So but at least you have an idea of what we're talking about here. All right. So any other observation you have, please just add your own. So let's just move on. All right. So replace the text. Oh my God, what's happening outside? Oh, I heard it. Some boy crying or something. Never mind. All right. Replace the text. Place your candidate details here with your name, center, number, and a candidate's number. Okay. So I'm gonna go back to my expression web. Okay. So place your candidate details here. Right, so I'm going to clear this out and then have my name. My name is Igcse Anolefo, comma. So I assume NG001, my center number, and then my candidate number. Let me just assume also 001. All right, so that's for that. The next question, please. A non-breaking space. This is very non-breaking space between the colon and your candidate details. Now let's go back. Let's see how we're going to add non-breaking space. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to put one space or two. Let's see what happens. So I'm going to go to my code view and see the space. See the space here. See this ampersand NBSP. This is a code for space. So I already put two spaces. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove one. All right. So if you want to put the space just in your design view, you can simply just press the space bar twice or thereabout. So when you press it twice, it's going to give that type of space. So just go back to your code view. Just check that this code is there. Once it's there, you're good to go. All right. Okay, so that's for that question. So I'm gonna just highlight all these guys because I've got them trashed. All right, so number 26, add a title to the head section of your web page which displays CTB home page. So it's going to display this. All right, so I'm gonna copy it. Now, you know, if you're good with codes, you know what to do. But I'm not going to write in codes. As a matter of fact, I'm not going to go back to the code, because if I want to write in codes now, I'm just going to go. I'm going to go to in between the heads and then just put the title. But I'm just going to do it in design view just to be fast about it. So I'm going to go to page properties. Yeah, so you see title here. So I'm going to just put the name here and then okay it. So now I've done this. So whenever you load the page, so if I go back right now, so if I go back right now, what I'm seeing here is 173 cosmel.htm. So if I reload this page, I hope that name should be able to show. It's not showing because, okay, let me see if I saved. I didn't save that, so let me just save that and then go back, and then so it shows here. So all the changes I've done will show. All right, so the title will show here. All right, so if you go back to your code view right now, you're going to see the title. So Expression Web will just add the code for you, which is super cool. Thank you. All right, so the next question. So 26 done. All right, so 27, place a bookmark before the table at the top of the page. Place a bookmark before the table at the top of the page. So what I'm going to do now is probably I'm going to go to my I'm gonna have to, so because I'm in the body right now, right? So I'm in the body. This is a good place. Oh, I've fallen to the, so in the body right now. Let me just go to the so just before the table. So I'll click here. This is where I'm going to put it. So just before the table. All right, so in just the body. Thank you. I'm just going to go to insert bookmark, and then bookmark name. So I'm going to say top. Sorry. All right, top. That's the name I'm going to give it. Okay, so bookmark has been inserted just before the table. Let me just read the question again just to be sure. Place a bookmark before the table added. So that done. So using the text in the lower cell of the table, create a hyperlink from the text. Click on this link to return the user to the bookmark. All right, so what I'm going to do is click on this link, create a hyperlink from the, okay, so using the text in the lower, so click here, so click on this link. So let me just go back to the, click on this link. So I'm going to just highlight this guy and then go to hyperlink, and where's my anchor? Is this thing? Yeah, so I have to click on bookmark and then take my anchor, yes, and then okay that. So what this means is that whenever you click on this link, it takes you back up to the page. All right, that's what it means. All right, that's basically what's going to do to your page. All right, so that's how you can add an anchor. I know most of you must have written the codes for this, but this is just how you can do it on Expression Web. And then anchor in Expression Web is actually a bookmark. They call it bookmark. So you add it on top and then come below and then link it all up. All right, so that's about that. So create a hyperlink. So the next one is create a hyperlink from the text CTB. Oh, CBT. Oh my God. CTB to open the web page. So I'm going to take this so I can open this web page. So I'm going to take this. You need to talk about any target frame. So create a hyperlink from the from the text CTB to open the web page. Alright, so I'll go back to my expression web. So CBT, I'll just click that. Alright, hyperlink. So existing file or web page. So the text to display is this. Alright, and then the address is what CBT, what's it called, hothouse design or something. So I just copied it just to be, so no target frame. They never told me to have no target frame, so I'm just gonna leave it like that. Okay, that, so that gives me a link. All right, what's the next thing? The next thing is create a hyperlink from the text. Email our design team to send an email to this with the subject line this. So I'm gonna just take the subject line, first of all, and then go to expression web. Let me just be sure of what they say I should do here. So email our design team. So I'm gonna look for that. Where is it? Email our design team. So I'm gonna select all of you, and then right click, hyperlink. So I'm gonna click on email this time around. The subject is this. All right, the subject is my question. All right, and text to display is email our design team. So email address, so which email address is it going to? So I'm gonna copy this and place it right there. Good, that's it. So okay, that no parameters, nothing, just that's what you're required to do. Don't do more than that. Don't impress them, because if you impress, you lose marks. That's what it's all about. All right, so a cool 9 marks. So this done. So number 28, attach the file 173st.css as an external style sheet to your web page. All right, so what I'm gonna do is the file. So I'm gonna go to attach style sheets and then look for the file, browse for the file. That's it right here. Let me just be sure. So it's simply 173st.css. So, and that's just it. So 173st.css, and that's a file. All right, so I click on that and then open it, and then insert it on my current page. All right, so I okay that. All right, so I'd already inserted it. So if you go to your code view, you're going to see it here. So the link has been attached. All right, so the next question, open the file, open the style sheet 173st.css in a stable software package. Add your name, center. Okay, first of all, let me open that. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go to file. I'm gonna go to okay, well, let me just go here to open it. Let me just open it from here. Where is it? Just open it from here. So I just right click. I hope it's not gonna waste time. Expression web. I wanted to open expression web. Thank you. What's the next question? Open the style sheet. This is okay. Add your name, center number, and candidate number as a comment to the top of the style sheet. All right, so of course, how to add a comment on the CSS is simply slash asterisk. So I have my name, my name is Igcse, so I'm have to put my details. Excuse me. Anolefo, comma ng 001. Then I have 001 right here, and then sorry, star, and then this. So that's how you can add a comment. So whatever that you have in here will never be executed by the browser. The browser will never see it, so the browser will just recognize it as a comment. All right, so that's for that. So I've done this. So I highlight that. So the web page and the style sheet must work in any browser and use the most efficient method. All color codes are in hexadecimal. Edit the style sheet. Make sure your style sheet contains no HTML. Okay, thank you. The style sheet must meet these specifications. All right. Okay, save the style sheet in. All right, so I'm going to just edit using this specification. So I'm going to create a style sheet of this nature using this specification. So the heading style, that is H1. So the font, so I don't know how I'm going to do this now. I might have to, okay, let's just look at it. So the font will be Arial, but if not available, then Calibri. Or if these fonts are not available, the browser's default sans serif font. So I'm going to take them one by one. So I'm going to look at the fonts right now. So I'm going to create a new style sheet. All right. So what I'm going to do here is, so I already have one here, Calibri. I don't know, for font. Okay, so let me just evaluate to see if any of these elements, whether they have the same. Fully justified, web page background, blah blah blah. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is okay, so this has got the font family Arial, Calibri. Then I'm going to do comma right now and then add sans serif. All right, so the color is RGB. So this is R and this is G, and then this is blue, that is red, green, blue. So it's going to be FF0000. No blue, no green. So all right, no P, I got it. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here, just modify this one, modify this. Are you going to waste time on this again? Please don't. All right, so I'm going to have default sans serif, sans serif. Let me be sure of what I'm doing. Sans serif, beautiful. So the color code will be FF0000. All right, RGB color. So I'm gonna go back right there. Color. I'm gonna go here. So have my FF. What's FF? Oh, FF0000, which is cool. So it applies it right here, as you can see. All right. So the next thing is the next question. Center align the text. All right. That's H1 as a matter of fact. So I just modified. All right. So center align text. So I'm going to go to either block, yeah, text align. So I'm going to choose center. All right, so any other thing, I don't think so. So I apply that, okay, to the H1. So those are the the properties for H1. So I okay that. All right, so what's the next thing? The next question, paragraph, that is the P tag, P style. All right. Fully justified text. All right, so the paragraph, the P tag. So I'm gonna go back here and then create a P tag. So I have to create new style. All right, and I have to call it P. That's a paragraph. You can just click here to check the paragraph, but I don't have that patience to do that. So I just type the the tag. I mean yeah, the selector P. All right, and that's it. P justification, just center line, some suppose fully justified. Yeah, so I'll go to block, go to text align, justify. That's it. So the code is already added here, so I apply that. Okay, what's the next one? Web page background, that is background color, which is cool. Set the image 173 bg.jpg so that it is tiled repeated and overrides the browser's default settings. Alright, so the only thing you're going to do here is go back here and then add the background color. Let me see. Let me just get the question right first of all. So set the image, so with background color. So what I'm gonna do here is body. So I'm gonna set that to the body. All right. I'm gonna set this to body. So I don't have to choose from there. So the background color. I have to choose. Sorry. The background color. I have to choose from the color here. That's the BG. This. Alright, so background attachment, background repeat. Let me just be sure that it is repeat first of all, so that it is tiled, so repeated. So I have to set the background repeat to repeat. So background repeat, I have to set it to repeat, so it has to be tiled. Alright, apply that. Yeah, apply that. Yeah, so that's it. What's the next one? Where's the question? Yeah, the next one. So everything is all good. Table now, no visible borders. Alright, so border collapse, all border collapse. So border collapse, cell padding, the cell padding, that's the TD. The TD has to be 10 pixels. Background color for the table only will be this. Alright, so this guy will be the TD, this guy collapse, so the border collapse. So let me just take them one by one. So I'm gonna have a new style. I'm gonna have the table, and I'm gonna have the table border collapse. I have to collapse all borders. And then what else do they say there? Let me see. No, okay, so border collapse. I collapse all the border, no visible border. Background color for the table. So I'll go back there. So the background color has to be blue RGB. So it said DDBB99. Let me just go back there. So background. So I just have to set this here. I hope it's DDBB99. Let me just be sure. DDBB99. Alright, so DDBB99. Alright, that's it. Okay, that, so it gives it the background color. Alright, so what's the next thing to do here? So the TD, so I've set this background color for the table only with this, right? So no visible border, so I collapsed all the borders, all of them out. All right, so border collapse. You can see border none, anyone you want. So but I'm collapsing all the border, no visible border. Okay, let me just check, let me just be sure. Border spacing, border. Yeah, I think that's it. I collapsed all the border. So I think, yeah, collapsing the border would be the best thing to do here. All right. So what's the next thing? So apply that. Have already applied that? Have I? No. Apply that. I collapse all the border. Okay. So the next thing is the TD. So the cell padding is going to be 10 pixels. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back right here and then add the new style and have it to be TD. the next thing, put a padding, this padding. Let me see, border style, no box. I'm looking for the cell padding here. So the padding will be 10 pixel, 10px, so which is cool. Thank you. All right, so so I'm going to, the next thing is to you know what, let me just check for this border collapse. I just want to be sure that it is, excuse me guys, I'm just coming, let me just check to be sure that this is border collapse is correct, because I can't remember a lot of code. Okay, all right. I'm sorry guys, I think there's a little mix up in the in the CSS code. Okay, so that's why I just wanted to be sure of what I'm doing. So when they say the most efficient method, here, if no visible borders, so which means the TD border and the table border has to be 0. All right, please pardon me for that. And also I also mixed up the RGB codes here, so it has to be RGB, so which means red, green and blue. All right, so the color code has to be 99. All right, 99BBDD. all right, so I'm gonna have to go correct that. I'm sorry guys, so sorry. So I'm gonna just do this manually. So I'm gonna say, let me just leave this 99BB and then DD. So I'll get this guy off here. Another thing is this border collapse here. So I'm gonna combine the border of the TD, that is the table data, and then the table, just to have an effective CSS code. All right, so what I'm going to do next is to create a new one, create a new style, and then have them to be table, then table, then TD. All right, and then I'm going to set the border, the border style to 0. The borders, I'm going to set them to 0. Now when you set them to 0, what's going to happen is, so the border top style will be 0, the border right, everything will fall down to 0. all right, but what I'm going to do here is simply, so instead of having all these codes here, so what I'm going to do here is simply to have just border. So if you have this border just to be 0, this works perfectly. All right, so you can just set your border to be 0, just like this. So it takes care of the TD, it takes care of the table. All right, so instead of having plenty codes. All right, so this is the most effective method to get this done. All right, let me just remove this just to have a perfect CSS code. All right, so this actually what it should look like. All right, so take note of this, the borders. So when you don't want, if the question says no visible border, so that will tell you that you have to set the TD border and the table border to 0. Okay, and then the cell padding, when they talk about cell, the cell refers to the TD. So once I talk about the cell padding, just make sure that you're padding the TD, the table data. All right, so I hope I've got everything right now. Okay, so let me just go back to this color code. Let me just be sure that I got it right, the H1. Let me just be sure. So it's gonna be RGB. So fortunately they are all 0, so which is cool. All right, so I think we're done with our setting of our CSS. So this guy done. I'm so sorry for that mix up. All right, so I'm done with those. So save the style sheet in your HTML_173 folder. Take a screenshot. So what I'm gonna do, did I say the name I have to save it with? There's no name. I have to do that. So save the style sheet in your HTML_173 folder. Take a screenshot. Take a screenshot showing the content of your style sheet. Place this in your evidence document. Make sure that the file name is clearly visible. All right, so take a screenshot showing the content of your style sheet. So place this in your evidence document. Make sure that the file name is clearly visible. So what I'm going to do now is go back there. I'll simply save this guy like this, and then take a screenshot. So this is the file name 173st.css. So I will simply have to take a screenshot of it. All right, so making sure that the file name is visible. All right, so this file name is visible, but if you want, you can actually extend it to here, just to show the file name here, and even show the whatever the software you're using. But I'm just going to limit it here, and I'm going to push up this one a little bit because I don't need all these extra sides. So this is what I have, and then I copy that, go back to my evidence document, evidence 5. I'll place your style sheet here. So I just copy the screenshot, take a screenshot. Yeah, that's it. Just want to be sure. I have to paste that here. All right, so this is all that is needed for us. All right, so the next question is, so this guy gone. So refresh your browser, display the web page in your browser, take screenshot evidence of the web page, and place this in your evidence document. So what I'm gonna do now is I'll go back to my browser. Thank God my browser is still open. Let me just save my web page. Let me just be sure everything is saved up. Yeah, this saved, beautiful. So I'll go back to my browser, I'll refresh that. It's going to take a while. Yeah, so this is sweet. So everything is cool here. So excuse me, I'm going to so display the web page, and you take a screenshot of the web page and then place this in your evidence document. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back to the web page, and so you know, everything is not showing, but I want to be sure that everything shows, you know, at a glance on a window. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hold down my control key and then use the scroll down, you know, I'll scroll down using my mouse. All right, so or you just have it maybe a little bit either, you know, big or small, something like this. So but I'm just going to use this because, you know, I don't know, this is just how much it can show. So I'm going to just take a screenshot of this. So I'll take a screenshot of this. So I'm going to make sure that my title is showing and every other thing is showing. All right, so this is enough. This is just okay. So I'm gonna have to take this, copy, and then paste it on my evidence document. Yeah, it probably might be huge, yeah, but I think it's okay. That's what they need. I don't have to adjust anything. Let me just say the way it is, man. All right, so the next thing is to, what's the next question? So this is done. All right, so evidence 7, take a copy of the HTML source and place this in your evidence document. So the source, I'll go back to the code. So this is the source. So I just select everything, copy, go back right there, go back to my evidence document, and then my source has to be pasted. All right, so what's the next thing? The next question. All right, save and print your evidence document. Make sure that your name, you've entered your name, serial number, candidate number on every page, and that is it. So by doing all this, so I think we are done. So just go ahead to print your, and just make sure that your name, everything is showing right on each page. Your name, your center number, and your candidate number, everything is showing on the header. All right, so and I think that's all about it. So we are done with this, and then you have your 37 marks. Please, before I go, please leave your comment below. Anything that you feel that you want to add, any question that you need, anything, just please. And also comment on the video, and also subscribe to my channel. All right, so I am open to every comment and any observation. Thank you so much for this video. All right, and then I'll see you in the next video. Bye.